Hello children, today I want to discuss with you our new topic, that is purification of water. Children, yesterday we had seen pollution of water, disposal of wastewater, how dispose the wastewater, these topics we had seen. Today we will see the purification of water. Purification of water, how the water is purified. For that, one activity has given that this activity we can do in the school also. Now see that this is a simple method for filtering the water. You might see that this is the old method. Now childrens, where does we get tap water at our house? Then definitely you would say me, sir, from the municipal corporation. Yes, in the municipal corporation, how the water is purified? Because our municipal corporation, before supply the water to the communities, to the all people, they purify the water. And that purification of water, it is not a small work, that it is a big work. That process is very big process. And how the water is purified in the municipal corporation, and that is called, that is a water works, means the purification of water. How the water is purified in the municipal corporation, that also we will see that. Now again, apart from these two topics, again, do you know there are the two topics are there, that also we will see. First, do you know what the do you know, that we will see that. If a large quantity of the impurities get mixed with the river water, the natural process of purification cannot keep pace. The proportion of oxygen dissolved in the water is reduced, and this is a threat to the aquatic living things. It's very important. That is a questions has discussed here. This, do you know that? Children, you know that oxygen playing a very important role. How many of you know about the oxygen? Oxygen can dissolve in the water also. I don't know how many of you know that oxygen can dissolve in the water. Yes, oxygen dissolve in the water. If the water 4% water, the 4% oxygen is dissolved in that water, then we can say that water is a healthy water, and that water is a good water, that good quality water, that 4% oxygen dissolved in the water. That now we see that if we, that is a due to the human activities, that wastewater, our domestic waste, is letting to the water bodies without any, that is a process, what would happen? That river water, pond water, lake water, it would be that, it would, that is a not polluted water, and that polluted water is threatened to the aquatic life. It means that whatever the aquatic, that is a animals are there, aquatic plants are there, they will not survive in such water, in which water oxygen proportion, oxygen percentage is very low. That if you want to taste the water, take that our Godavari river water, that that Godavari river water, lake water, if you take that sample, and if you taste how much oxygen is present in that water, definitely you will get the shock, that because less than 2% oxygen is present in that water, and in a small, this less quantity of oxygen, definitely aquatic life, they will not survive such water. That's why we should take care before letting, that is a polluted water or the waste water. First we have to process it, and after that we let to the water bodies. That thing you have to understand. Yesterday also I said this topic, that now you see that purification of water, it means what? For that, one activity is given. You can also do this activity at your house. That now you see that what we require, that take a plastic bottle, tie a clean piece of the cloth over its mouth, cut off the base of the bottle, hold the bottle upside down, pour some powder coal into it, then add the fine sand, and lastly coarse sand, and to take the three different layers inside the bottle as shown in the diagram. Now see that, take one big bottle, that base we cut it, that and mouth can be that closed by cloth, and first layer, it is a powder coal, we have to be you have to put there. After that you add the fine sand, after that the coarse sand. This way the three layers, and after that polluted water, dirty water, you have to, that is a pour upside, that is a, from upside that. Now what would happen, that slowly that water it will be filtered, and drop wise it will be fall down, and you collect this water from the another one, that is a container. Now we see that, place the bottle of its lower cut of the portion as shown in the figure. Now pour some muddy water containing the some rubbish slowly into this bottle. That only. Observe the water that flows into the base of the bottle. It appears clean. Of course, you have learned that there could be microorganisms. That water it would be clean, but after that again we have to boil that water. It means if you boil that, whatever the microorganisms are there, they will die. In this way, the water can be filtered. Now we see that water works. It means that in the municipal corporation, how the water is purified. That supposed to be, if you have visited that small, that is a you obtain the permission to interview in the official. If you visit that the municipal corporation, there would be a one, that is an officer, and if you want to ask some questions, here the 5 questions has asked to that officer, who that is see the purification process. Now one by one we will see that what source of water is used for the public water supply. Obviously, we get the water from the Godavari river. It means that officer, that municipal corporation also, they takes the water from the river or lake. How many liters of water are purified every day? It depends on that population of that city or the town. We can't say that, but where you want to visit that, definitely he knows the exact information. If you visit Nanded, whoever that is officer there, definitely he will give the answer of these all questions. What process are used to make the water clean, transparent, and the germ free? That we will see that. What that generally sedimentation process is there, decantation process, filtration process, chlorine is added, alum is added, bromination is there, chlorination is there, different processes are there. That we will see that. In what order are these processes carried out, that in what way, that because this is a modern method of this purification of water. Big machines are there, devices are there, water is transferred from one portion to the other portion. That we will see that. What is done to rid the water of bad smells? What they add, that because the water generally, that when we get the water from the lake or river, that water has small, that is a smell, that odor, that, and that how that odor or the bad smell is removed from that water, what they add, that also we will see that. Now do you know, second, while traveling we often buy bottled drinking water. The bottles are available at the places like the bus stands and that is a railway station. Read the information about the water given on the bottle and tell others about. Actually what happen, when we purchase by the bottle water, that time we should see that when that water is filled in that bottle, that is a date of that is a filling, and when that is what is the that expiry date of that bottle. This how much time, that is how far long we can use that water, that we should see that, and after that we drink that water. And once you have opened that bottle for drinking, and you finish that water, and after that bottle it should crush it, but generally we don't crush it. That again that bottle we can use, that is for many days, but that is not good habits. We have to that water bottle, crush it and thrown in the garbage. These things is very important. Every should that is follow this information. That use water, drinking water bottle, once if you use that, after that we crush it and throw in the garbage. This is the best way there. Now we see that exact how that water municipal corporation it is purified, that you see that. First method is the settling method. Settling method, it what happens, they collect the water from the river there, and that water allowed to stand in a large tanks there, and the alum is also used to help the process of settling. Alum, it is one of the that important, that is a thing, just like the salt, and that what we say, that is a just like salt. I will show the picture that. And what we have to that, the alum it is added, and alum it is, that it clarify, that is it water purified, and main that functions of the alum is there, that it whatever the, that floating things are there, or not mix that, those things not that is a dissolve in the water, that all things, it is settled at the bottom, that works is happen by the alum that. And alum can kill the germs also in that water, that it is very important things. Now you, every homes that is a alum, we can see that. Now you see at your home also, you ask your mother, definitely she will show you that alum. And after that we see that alum, it is another chemical name, it is that alum, that is a, that if you go in the higher standard, 7th standard, definitely potassium aluminum sulfate, this is the name of the alum, that is a chemical name of that alum, it is there. After that you see that filtration, after the settling process, filtration is there, decantation is there, but it is not given here. Filtration is this, how the water is filtered, that water is filtered using the filtration machine is there. And after that filtration, how the water is, that is a, for it is open for the oxygenation already I said, because that when we open the water, that sometimes always we don't, that is a close the water, that sometimes we have to, whatever the, that when we put the lid on that pot, sometimes we have to be, remove the lid, and the air should go in the water, that the water can contact with the air. If the water contact with the air present the oxygen, because the air is a mixture of gases there, and when they contact the air and water, that time oxygen mix in the water there, and that's why that is process is called as the oxygenation process. Air and water are allowed to mix with the help of the pumps, and this causes oxygen from the air to dissolve in the water. And this is after that chlorination is also process is there. After oxygenation, chlorination, chlorine is mixed in the water to kill the germ in it, that means for everything, this is a, the big four process, four steps has shown that this way the water is purified, and after that it comes your house through the tap. Now I want to show some pictures. Now again we see that purification of water means what, that water purified is the process of removing the undesirable, which things it is not desirable, you that chemical biological contaminants are there, suspended solids are there, gases are there, contaminated water. The goal is to produce the water fit for the specific purpose. One major purpose of water purification is to provide the clean drinking water. The purification procedure reduces the concentration of contaminants such as suspended particles, parasites are there in the water, bacteria, algae, virus, fungi, all these things are there. Now see that. Again that the following chemicals are used to purify the water. Chlorine, either as a gas or by adding the sodium hypochlorite to water, that if you go swimming, that time also in the swimming water is also chlorine added is there. Now we have seen that, that is a blue color, it is there water. Potassium permanganate, that is the fill the water becomes the light pink, that this is also used, that potassium permanganate also. Ozone also it is used there. Bromine, that is a treatment is called the bromination, bromine also used there. Iodine also used there. Different purification method is there, boiling, chlorination, reverse osmosis. Now you know that RO water at your house is also pani kosa pitare, RO means RO water it is there. It means that purification process is there, distillation process is there, filtration process is there, but boiling is the best method in all among the methods are there. Now see, why is the purification of water important, that water purifying system can reduce the risk of medical conditions such as bladder cancer, colon cancer, rectal cancer by removing the chlorine and nasty bacteria in the drinking water. Means that if you have that is a clean water, pure water, definitely you will free from these diseases. Drinking pure water generally protects the body from the disease that may damage our health. Now you see that. After that I want to show some pictures, that is the photos. Now you see that how the water is purified, that the same way that is a coarse gravel, fine sand, static level, that is a static water level, the diffuser plate, one plate is there, how that water is purified after that falling is there. Now you see I want to show alum. This is alum, that you know. After that, water refilling the station is the big stations are there, water process is there. Now we see that how the water is. Now this stage, what that is a stage purification process, 6000 gpt, the full skid type of the titanium series are there. Now source of tank is there. When you will go in the higher standard, definitely you will study in the detail that. Now we see that some again that water supply pumping the department. Now you see that surface water treatment process, this water treatment plant is there. How the water is there, Kolkata municipal, that I have taken from the Google, that I want to show something extra. Now we see that this is a small at our house, there we see this how the water is purified, RO, these things you see that. Definitely. Now childrens, here I want to stop here. Now you go through the lessons, that read whatever I taught you, that seriously, and if you don't understand, you can ask me, definitely. Now here I want to stop here. Have a good day.